Well, folks, there's a hot competitive primary shaping up in House District 117 in South Central Henry County, and we're getting a lot of questions about this from GGO members and other gun owners on where these candidates stand. Aaron Dorr here with GGO, folks, with a really critical update for gun owners in Henry County. What we have here is an open seat primary. There is no incumbent, and we actually have 4 candidates in this race. Only 3 seem viable, and of these 3, only Noelle Kahaian and Lauren Daniel are actual credible candidates, the way it seems, going forward to the May 24 primary. We're going to break down all of these 3 candidates for you, and again, we're discussing Henry County, portions of it, South Central Henry County in particular. And this is a really, really good chance to get a pro-gun champion into the legislature, depending upon what happens with this May 24 primary. Now, you guys all know how this works. GGO and our members, we are suspicious, we are jaded, maybe you want to call us experienced, but we don't trust politicians or candidates who simply hold their hand up and say, oh yeah, I'm pro-gun. We don't care what they say at a candidate forum. We don't care what they say on their Facebook page at 2 o'clock in the morning, because candidates lie. Politicians lie. It's Georgia in a Republican Party primary. Everyone is going to assure you they are pro-gun. And that is how we have a situation in Atlanta where we have this massive pro-gun majority and only a handful of people will actually fight to expand your right to keep and bear arms. So, GGO has done a very thorough candidate survey program asking all of these candidates with a written survey, how would you vote on this? How would you vote on that? Offensive bills, defensive bills, how would you act when it comes to our gun rights? And we have information to give you today about this race. The great news is that Noelle Kahaian has surveyed 100% pro-gun with Georgia gun owners. And we're going to break down this video a little bit differently. We're going to go issue by issue as opposed to candidate by candidate. So we're going to kind of go back and forth across the board. So Noelle Kahaian, 100% pro-gun survey with Georgia gun owners. Every question, 100%, and she promised to sponsor and lead bills in the fight for gun rights. Lauren Daniel has refused to fill out her GGO candidate survey despite multiple attempts on our part to get her to do it. And you guys all know now what that means. If a candidate won't sign the survey, it is almost always an indication they intend to get to Atlanta and be part of that swamp, part of the establishment club that pushes gun bills into kill committees and never lets them move forward. Same thing going on here with Clayton Carte, no survey. I don't know about you guys, but I get sick and tired of Republican candidates in a primary in the South, here in Georgia, just saying screw off to gun owners who ask them, where do you stand on the big issues of the day? Our gun rights are under attack 24/7 right now at the federal level. They're under attack 24/7 by Stacey Abrams, by her allies in the legislature, and to have Republican candidates refuse to tell us where they stand, it makes us mad. Hope it makes you guys mad as well. So now we're going to break down some of the specific questions that we asked these candidates on the survey. The big one for us in a Republican Party primary is who will fight to expand our gun rights. We expect people to say they'll oppose gun control. Again, it's a Republican Party primary. Our question is who will lead? Who will fight to expand our gun rights here in Georgia? And when it comes to Noelle Kahaian on SEPA legislation, the Second Amendment Preservation Act, Noelle has promised to lead that charge by sponsoring this bill. Now, a sponsor promise is far different from a co-sponsor promise. We appreciate both, but we're looking for champions. We're looking for heroes, folks who will take the hits from the press, from their colleagues, from the rhinos, from the radical left, and fight to expand our gun rights. And that's what Noelle Kahaian has promised to do with the Second Amendment Preservation Act. We would love to have seen an answer on this question from Lauren Daniel or Clayton Carte. Neither of them would answer the question. They both refuse to tell us how they would vote when it comes to the Second Amendment Preservation Act. Not good stuff. Same thing on gun control. Noelle Kahaian is the only candidate who will publicly promise to oppose red flag gun seizures. Now, you all know what these are. Anybody can make up a claim that you might be dangerous. Go before a judge, tell them he might be dangerous, and in a private hearing, that you can't attend and ask the judge to order your firearms confiscated. You won't know about it until the cops come to your door to take away your guns. That's the reality of a red flag gun seizure law. Noelle Kahaian, 100% opposed to these. Lauren Daniel, Clayton Carte will not answer the question. We even asked them, how about the ex parte version of these hearings, where it's done in secret, where you don't know what's going on, you have no chance to defend yourself in court. Would you oppose those? No answer from Lauren Daniel or Clayton Carte. We asked them about universal background checks, the big push right now amongst anti-gunners here in Atlanta, gun grabbers in D.C., and frankly, a growing number of Republican rhinos in Washington, D.C. as well. We asked them, how would you vote on universal background checks, which is blatant gun registration? It creates that growing database of gun owners and the firearms that they own. Would you oppose it? Noelle Kahaian, 100% opposed to gun registration. Wasn't even an issue. Again, Lauren Daniel and Clayton Carte, no answer. They will not tell us, will they conspire with the rhinos to advance this? Will they stand up and loudly oppose it? We don't know. Finally, we asked them about AR-15 bans and waiting periods for gun owners. Noelle Kahaian, 100% opposed to any attempt to ban AR-15s, ban 30-round magazines. She opposes all of that. And again, no answer from Lauren Daniel and Clayton Carte. And again, this should make you upset. If you're going to run for a Republican Party primary in pro-gun Georgia, you dang sure better tell GGO members where you stand on the issues of the day. And if you won't do that, well, these candidates might think they're like hiding their views and they're being cool by not answering the survey. We know that a refusal to answer the survey, well, they just answered it, and they answered it hostile to our gun rights. Now, as we were researching this race, we always check the candidates' Facebook pages, their websites, their public statements, looking to find other information to give you on where these candidates stand. If you go to Noelle Kahaian's Facebook page, you'll see that she has been an activist who has been very vocal and very busy in the state capitol for a long time on various issues of the day, whether it comes to, girls and guys sports teams or vice versa, all kinds of the CRT garbage being pushed on our children in the schools today. Very active in fighting to advance freedom in other areas. But it was interesting when I went to Lauren Daniel's Facebook page, or one of our staff members did, and they sent me this photograph. It's always hilarious to me at election time when you see candidates that they think that we're so stupid. They think that gunners are so trusting, so naive, that all they have to do is slap on some camo or some blaze orange or whatever it is and put that shotgun over their shoulder and have the golden retriever walking alongside of them, and we're all just going to fall for that crap. So here's the photograph on Lauren Daniel's Facebook page right now, or at least recently. Got the standard, brand new, blaze orange hunting vest on. I looked at it. There's no blood on this. I don't know about yours, but mine is covered in mud and blood from my I can never stay clean gutting a deer. I don't know how anybody else can. But Lauren's vest, it's perfectly clean. She's got a really expensive looking, fancy side-by-side breakdown shotgun there. It is the classic picture that rhinos use to portray how pro-gun they are when they won't take the hard steps of signing a survey and putting their views on paper. And I had to laugh when I saw this because it made me think of other candidates in the past who have used fancy side-by-side shotguns in their social media program. I found this picture a couple years ago. Barack Obama holding that shotgun out there at a gun range. I mean, it's the worst stance I've probably ever seen when it comes to a shotgun. But, there's dozens of these, right? We all know this. I could have found John Kerry holding a shotgun. I could have found Joe Biden talking about buying a shotgun. Every politician who wants to pretend to be pro-gun uses the classic, expensive, ivory inlaid, hyper expensive side-by-side shotgun with the golden retriever and their hunting vest on and try to fool us. Well, Lauren, I've got a message for you. Gun owners are not stupid. We know damn good and well what rhinos look like. We've dealt with them for many, many years in Atlanta. And simply putting on a blaze orange hunting vest and holding some fancy rented or borrowed shotgun does not make you a champion for gun rights. What we're looking for is you to put your views on the record, to sign on the dotted line and promise our members how you would vote on these various bills. You won't do that, and your photograph is actually going to be backfiring because our members know what a cheap con a photograph like that is. So guys, again, if you're in this area, Henry County, District 117, share our video far and wide. Make sure everyone knows Noelle Kahaian, 100% pro-gun, with a history of fighting for conservative causes in the state capitol. Lauren Daniel and Clayton Carte wouldn't even bother to fill out the survey. But again, by not doing it, they've told us all we have to know about where they stand on your right to keep and bear arms. Guys, share our video far and wide. Give it to everyone that you know cares about the Second Amendment. And if you haven't yet done so, join our fight for freedom today at www.joinggo.com. Thank you.